I'm going to show you how to pull a list of new grantee owners. These are investors, in general, just regular people who are purchasing property at the actual trustee sales. We call them third parties or new grantee owners. So how do we pull a list of buyers? Let's go ahead and select batch search. When you click on batch search, you have options where you can select notice of defaults, notice of trustee sales, trustees deed upon sales, auction information, and status of past sales. Now, if we're looking for buyers, people who purchase property at the auctions, we call them sold to the third party or new grantee owners. We want to go ahead and click on trustees deed upon sales. Once you click on trustees deed upon sales, you want to start selecting recording dates. So let's take that calendar from and click on, let's say, a specific recording date. Let's take it to the first, to the most recent, which would be 2 days back. Let's go ahead and select the 15th. I'm going to go ahead and select under property location. For now, we're not going to select anything under REO or sales information. We don't really care about the paid amount or unpaid amount unless you're looking for surplus funds, which we will get in the next video. We will talk about that in the next video. For now, I'm going to select the county. I'm selecting Los Angeles. Scroll down and select your report type. For the type of lead list that we're searching for, I'm going to click on Show Only Sold to the Third Party. Those are your new grantee owners, your buyers. Click on Begin Search. Just let it load for a second, and we have 80 possibilities. Click on your new owner grantee header. Click it once, and it'll start sorting it alphabetically. If you look at your header, new owner grantee, and you basically put your cursor towards the new grantee owner data, the third party here, the new grantee owner, is AIM United LLC. That is the investor, could be an investor, but we call them third party, new grantee owner who purchased this particular property at the trustee sale. The loan amount was for $734,000. The estimated market value is at $2.3 million. The loan date was in 2004. The paid amount was $882,000, which was the actual amount AIM United purchased the property for at the trustee sale. Then you also have the unpaid amount, and the unpaid amount states here that it's $784,355. Now, what does the unpaid amount mean? The unpaid amount just basically means that it's the debt, the actual debt from the previous owner, who is Yoon Hee Lee. His debt was $784,355. Now, when you start to use the unpaid amount and paid amount, if you subtract that, you're going to get a 98,000 surplus funds. Now, what does that mean? That actually means that Yoon Hee Lee is going to get something in return after the actual trustee sale. He's going to get $98,000 back to him. That's what we call surplus funds. Now, how do we figure that out? Well, it turns out that the actual paid amount at the sale was $882,000. And what is Mr. Lee's debt? $784,000. Now, did the actual paid amount at the trustee sale cover the debt? Yes, it did. And that's why Yoon Hee Lee is owed $98,000. That's a whole nother class in itself. And we'll have another video on surplus funds another time. But we're talking about third party now. If you are somebody who are looking for AIM United LLCs, which are the third party investors, buyers, just click on New Owner Grantee so you can put them all in alphabetical order if you wish. If you wanted to find AIM United LLC's address, it's very simple. You can either click on the actual document or you just open up the actual report itself. Now I'm just going to click on the number 1 and I'm going to refer to the grantee owner information, which is U.S. Bank National Association. That was our previous owner. Our new grantee owner is AIM United LLC. And we actually need his contact information. So 15740 Paramount Boulevard, Suite E, Paramount, California 90723 is his contact address. So those of you who are realtors, those of you who are working in areas where you need to find buyers or you're looking for investors who are purchasing property, remember these guys are flipping properties. As a real estate agent, you want to approach these investors and see if you can actually get the listing, because these investors are purchasing property 10 to 20 properties a month. I'm pretty sure some of these investors have their own team gathered, but remember, you may not be their number one person, but you can always be their number two. And some of these guys are new investors, some of these guys are old investors who already have their dream team in place, but that's okay. You just try to go around their area where they're actually flipping the property. In this case, it's La Crescenta, 2837 Willow Haven Drive, La Crescenta. Start driving by that area because you know most likely what is it that they're doing. They're actually flipping the property. And as a realtor, you want that particular listing. So you're going to have to turn into a title rep, right? Start going out there and try to get that listing from this particular investor who is AIM United LLC. Well, there's a lot of stuff you can do with this particular data, but this is one way. This is one great way to use the trustee's deed upon sales.